Sorry about the thumbnail, but it had to be done, seriously. Angela lovers, I'm right there with you. I think it's kind of shocking how she looks as well, but nonetheless, I think that's one of the worst things about the trailer that I've seen anyway. Coming straight off the State of Play and the Silent Hill transmission, I thought it'd be cool to do a little bit of a thoughts video about what we just seen in the Silent Hill 2 trailer. Try and say what is the things that we liked, what is the things that we didn't like. Personally, I think one of the only things that I didn't like about the trailer was the frame rate. And I know I've made videos in the past about frame rate being bad in some games. I was talking about Paper Mario a little while ago. But yeah, so Silent Hill 2's little trailer there on the Silent Hill transmission, it looked a bit framey. That is one thing that I think was the worst thing about the entire trailer for me. Looked really framey, but I'll tell you what though, I just went back and I watched the gameplay video from the actual raw file that they uploaded on YouTube, so there might have been a bit of an issue with the actual stream that they were doing, which caused it to stutter a bit more than usual. I think so, because it definitely is not as framey in that video as opposed to what we watched on stream, so that is a good thing for me. If we actually take a look at the system requirements here that they just uploaded to Steam, it actually says that we should be able to play on medium settings at a 60 FPS or high quality settings at 30 FPS, and this is like NVIDIA 2080 RTX, and you never know, this might actually have ray tracing on as well, these recommended specs that they're saying here, but it also does have DLSS. I do think we're going to be able to reach 60 FPS pretty fine in this game. Even on PS5, if they're talking about DLSS here, it just kind of makes me wonder why they showed their trailer and stream in 30 FPS. Like, the trailer up on their YouTube is still 30 FPS, there's no 60 FPS gameplay version. It probably would have been better if they actually showed that, because personally, like I said, the 30 FPS and the framiness of the trailer and stream is honestly the worst thing that I took away from the video. I've kind of made my feelings clear in the past about the Silent Hill 2 remake. I did a video a little while ago discussing some of it, but I don't mind talking about it again. I'm not a hater of this remake. Genuinely, I'm not a hater of this remake, despite the thumbnail that I put on. I think the game actually looks okay. I'm not somebody, I'll keep it real. Like, my channel here is to be as honest with a bunch of people as possible. My feelings towards games. Sometimes it's no like what the mainstream thinks, and I'm totally okay with being a bit different. I've said it before, I'm not somebody who actually thinks that Silent Hill 2 is the be-all end-all of survival horror. I never thought that back in the day. I don't think that today. I play the game on a yearly basis, sometimes quite a few times a year, and as far as I've seen when it comes to this remake, it is perfectly fine as a remake as opposed to the OG. I'd be hard-pressed to say right now that I will not have a better time in this remake as opposed to the OG. The only thing getting in the way of that would have been the frame rate that I think we just cleared up. I think this remake so far looks better than the original. Seriously, now I could regret saying that after we're done with it, but everything I've seen in the game looks better. The combat is a better version of what Silent Hill 2's combat is. The world looks better than what Silent Hill 2 Original's world looks like. It's going to be expanded upon, the atmosphere is going to be expanded upon, the areas look great, and I honestly don't think the combat looks bad at all. If anything, to me it's a bit of a missed opportunity not to do a bit of a reimagining for Silent Hill 2. I think maybe the team at Bloober has went about doing this remake a wee bit too faithful. So by doing such a faithful remake, you will never beat the expectations of the original fans that truly do find the game that good. Like, the people that do find original Silent Hill 2 one of the best survival horrors, if not the best survival horror that I've ever played, that will never be replaced. And if you're actually doing a remake that is that faithful, it will definitely not replace the original for them. There's just absolutely no way when you factor in stuff like nostalgia as well. But for people like me, I play a lot of survival horrors, and I think if you ask people who are genuinely true to their word about survival horror, I think you'll be hard-pressed not to find somebody who's actually looking forward to this game. Like, a lot of streamers, a lot of people that play horror games will probably be looking forward to this because they just think it looks like a better version of Silent Hill 2. They might not come out and say that, but I'm telling you right now that judging from the trailer, it genuinely looks like a better version of Silent Hill 2 to me. The only thing I would maybe criticize is some of the NPCs look a wee bit off, you know? Maybe some of the character faces look a little bit off. You know, this isn't like Horizon levels of tech that they've got going on with the motion capture. Absolutely not. But I don't think like games need to be that high quality. I think it's a wee bit ridiculous that we expect stuff like that for every game that we play anyway that's like a AAA game. This is one of the things they have to cut back on in mainstream gaming, so we're not waiting 6, 7 years for a sequel, for crying out loud. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the trailer. You know, I think the stream is the thing that gave off a pretty bad impression with the game, with the frame rate. I don't think Konami are doing themselves any favour with some of the marketing, and that's only because they've not been involved with gaming in a long time. So they're like struggling a little bit to find their ground. And I do believe that. I think we should cut them a little bit of slack with stuff like that. They're maybe still got the mentality that like 30 FPS trailers with like better resolutions is the way to go. A lot of people still do that anyway. But obviously, I could regret everything I'm saying here, but I'm just telling you how I overall feel. I don't think that we should be hating on it that much. I think the game looks genuinely fine as like a remake goes. It looks better to me, and I kind of want to get the impressions of what people think on the internet. Apart from some of the character faces, like Angela looking genuinely bad. Maybe they'll fix her up. Maybe there's a reason she looks like that. But yeah, so far I think the trailer looks good, and I will be buying the game day one, probably getting the 48-hour early access. I hate doing stuff like that, but I want to play the game as soon as it's available, and I will be getting it on PC as well. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Are you guys genuinely upset with how this game looks? Really? Or are you like me, where it actually looks like a faithful remake? It's a shame they didn't want to do a reimagining, but as far as a faithful remake goes, I don't know how you could ask for better, because this is Silent Hill 2. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.